Hi friends, subscribers, viewers, family. I wanted to talk to you today about a video, about a topic about how we could help our environment where we live in our cities or suburbs or wherever you are. Most people, when they don't realize when they're cutting their lawn, how basically they could help their environment. Most people, what they do is they cut their lawn, the grass clippings go into a bag like this onto the back of the lawnmower, and then you put it in a bag, right, in a clear bag, and you put it on the side of the street. And most people don't realize what are the consequences of doing that. I don't do that at all. What happens, what I like to do is skip all that, because what's happening is that grass that you just threw out, you have to make plastic to encapsulate it, and literally every year it's millions and millions of plastic bags that really are not necessary. You don't have to haul your grass clippings away, and I'll show you how. And as well, there's a lot of diesel fuel that's being wasted, and a lot of emissions created by trucks hauling literally thousands of tons every month all over North America, grass clippings, hauling it many kilometers away, so that basically they can compost it or trash it or whatever they do with it, right? Even if they're composting it, it's still better to compost it directly. I'll show you how. But instead of driving it all these kilometers away, right? And it makes our cities basically more efficient that way, and puts out less emissions, because we don't have to have as many diesel trucks. And that's one way we can help our environment, right? Wherever we live. We cut down on the emissions, and we cut down on the work that the cities have to do, and it's better for the environment, better for our health. And the solution that I do, I basically just what you need, I recommend, let me see if you can see that. Okay, anyways, what you need is a lawnmower that is able to mulch. In other words, what you need is at least a 5 to 6 horsepower lawnmower, and you need to keep the blades sharp. And instead of using this thing, this thing is just rusting away in the shed. I don't really use it at all. What's happening is that the lawnmower cuts the grass into these fine little pieces that are about ½ an inch long, right? And that falls in between the grass, and basically it's fertilizer. So it's like natural fertilizer. It's like, have you ever been told that the certain parts of America, various parts, but Middle East, that the grasslands created all these so many feet of topsoil? Well, that's true actually. What happens is, as the decades and decades and decades go by, grasses grow and decay and create a tiny bit of topsoil. And what you're doing if you're mulching is you're not only skipping all that hauling away stuff and the emissions and the trucks and all that noise pollution and emissions, but you're creating natural fertilizer for your lawn. Your lawn will be healthier, and it's more permaculture, you could say, more ecologically sound. And that's what I do. I basically have a lawnmower that's able to mulch. I keep the blade sharp every 3, 4, 5 months. I sharpen it. You want to keep a blade sharp. And granted, you might have to get your lawnmower a little higher so that you're not going into the lower layers, but that's healthy for your grass anyways, because ideally, I spoke to many gardeners, and they say that only the top third to maybe a half of the grass blade, or I mean the grass, should be cut. And most people go too low. They cut too low, and that's what I recommend. It's like a 6 horsepower lawnmower, sharp blade, mulch your thing, and I'll show you how it looks like. And notice that there is no bags of grass that I have to haul, break my back or whatever, and diesel truck transporting it. So that's what I recommend. Every little bit helps. And imagine millions of houses, how basically that would be like if nobody or if very few people throw away their grass like that. And so that's what it looks like when you cut the grass and you mulch it. I'm saving on water, so you notice it's dry a little bit. It's more ecologically sound as well. You don't necessarily have to have green grass all the time, all of it, you know, year round. In the summertime, when a lot of cities have tough time meeting their grass or water needs, you can just skip all that. And you notice that it's minimal clippings. Like, okay, there's some. It depends how fast you do it, but it works pretty well if you have a good lawnmower that has mulching capability. Hopefully this helps, and let me know any comments about this, if it works for you, if you're already doing this, and yeah, let's see if it makes sense.